I wanted to find the best password manager for the iPhone. So I did a ton of research and narrowed it down to one company, but thought I want to take it a little bit further. So I contacted the company for a live interview and asked for a special discount just for my viewers. So here's that interview. Check it out. I am here with our special guest, Simon Davis, the VP of Marketing for RoboForm. And as we've been talking about, we're really focusing on security and privacy. And I thought this is the perfect guest to have join us because, boy, there's nothing more sacred, nothing that we need to protect, probably more than our password. So welcome, Simon. Welcome to Tech Talk Live.
Hey, Scott, thank you for having me.
Let's jump right into it. You know, the number one thing that I see in comments on the videos, why should I use one?
Your users, your audience, a lot of iPhone users, right? And anybody who has an iOS device or a Mac device knows that there's iCloud keychain, right? So Mac has a built-in password manager of sorts, built in right to their OS. Google has one too, Android, Chrome, they have one too. And if you're not going to use anything, I definitely tell people to use that. Just to back out 1 minute, the reason you should use a password manager is because if you've been using the same password for everything, that's a really bad security practice. One, that means your password is super easy to guess, which means that any script running will be able to figure it out in no time. And then now what happens is, and then if you use it, if you use the same password on multiple sites, you run the risk of, if somebody finds your Amazon password, then the first thing they're going to do is, oh, let me see if this email's got a Netflix account. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, it's just a pain in the butt. Breaches they're happening daily. You might have used that password on a site you never remembered about, some forum you signed up for 10 years ago. And now all of a sudden, you can't get into your bank. You know what I mean? So,
Yes.
the way to stop that from happening is to make sure, one, that you're using a unique password for every site, right? So that means that even if somebody gets into that one site, they're only getting into that one site. They can't use that information to go somewhere else. And more importantly, they're using something that's hard to guess, something that's ideally randomly generated. So that's, in general, why should you use a password? That's why. Now, the question is, Apple's got a free one. Why do I need this thing? It's a great question. It's very important. There's a lot of reasons. One, we work across every single platform, every single browser. So, there's a lot of people out there that are Windows and iPhone people, right? And you may not use,
Yes.
there's no Safari on Windows. So you want to use Chrome on Windows and you want to use Safari on iPhone. You can't really do that. So, that's why you should use a password manager like RoboForm. Firefox, Edge, any browser that you've heard of, any device you've heard of. You want to go on your Android, it's all there. So, the main benefit is really portability. It's your data. It's also on a nice, easy to manage app. Again, keychain secure, it's great, but if you try to get to those passwords, it's a multi-step process. It's not, it's not a fun experience. You know what I mean? If you ever have to look up a
Yes.
password, you got to go through 4 different menus. Not great. Again, with RoboForm, it's an app. It's all right there. It's available offline. It's always there. We'll generate the password. And also, we make it easier to log in. So, there's a browser extension. You can add it to Safari. You can add it to Chrome. You can add it to Firefox, whatever. Especially if you're on desktop, you can do a one-click login. You can give it additional information. You can do form filling. You can share passwords securely. Again, let's going back to the Netflix one or the Amazon password. A lot of times, you might have one account that you like to share with people. How many times have you had to change it? And then, you have people calling you or shouting you from the house like, hey, what's the new Netflix password? Not fun. Nobody likes to do it. Again, with RoboForm, you can securely share access to any data in there with somebody else, and they won't need to know your master password. Now, I know you're saying, why should I trust RoboForm? That's a hugely important question. You should be asking it. So first things first, all data in RoboForm is encrypted with your own secret key that we do not know. I cannot emphasize this enough. You pick your one master password. That's your key. We do not know that key. All the data is stored, is decrypted locally on your device. Any data that goes in our servers is complete gibberish. We cannot get it because we do not have your key. I want people to understand that because obviously, it's a concern, right? It's your passwords. It's very
Yes.
important stuff. So all data is highly secure, and not available to us. So, those are kind of the two main benefits. And then, there's other cool things, like, for example, if you have a site that has two-step authentication, 2FA, RoboForm has a built-in authenticator. So, you don't have to use your phone, get the text message, get the email, whatever. Again, it'll log in with one click. So yeah, I mean, it works everywhere. It's easy to use. It's easier to manage your data. And again, it's your information, and I would say just give it a try. Oh, it's easy to set up. That's the most important thing. I forgot to say that. Super easy to set up.
Yes, and I'm playing a little bit of a devil's advocate here because I did download RoboForm and started using it. And it's funny you mentioned Netflix. We didn't talk about this at all, but about 4 months ago, I started getting random charges on my Netflix account of all things, and ended up having to shut down my credit card, go through all these different things. And oddly, Netflix would not tell me the email that was using my credit card because it was against their terms of service. So I thought that was a little unusual. But I will say to our audience that data breaches are common. iOS is far from perfect. People are noticing all of these privacy issues on their iPhone that I bring up on a daily and weekly basis. So using a separate company like RoboForm is a great idea, I think. And I've had, I thought it was really easy to set up. You literally download the app and you're up and running in no time. And man, that's exactly why I wanted to have you on, is I think it's perfect for our user base that basically I'd say 95% are on the iPhone.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Great. Anything that else you want to add before we wrap this up, Simon?
Yeah, sure. So, I just wanted to mention that, we're giving you viewers a really great deal. So RoboForm, it's the RoboForm. If you just want to use RoboForm on one device, it's totally free. There's no limitations. That's there. If you want to get the premium features, syncing across all devices, cloud backup, secure sharing, all the fun stuff, it's a super low $24 a year subscription. There's also a family plan, which is $48 a year, up to 5 users. So, our business model is very simple, by the way. I just want to emphasize this. We're an independent software company. We only make money when somebody buys the software. Okay. So we don't have any ads. We're not selling your data to the highest bidder. Even if we could see it, we can't see it. But, so this is how we make money. So it's very straightforward. And to your users, Scott, we're giving a special up to 42% discount. So if you want to buy 1 year, it's $16.68 per year, $17. Depending on where you are in the country, that's the price of lunch. Other places, it might be dinner, So yeah, it's peace of mind. It's super easy to set up. Give it a try. And we have a 30-day money back guarantee. So you don't like it, we'll give you your money back. And we have a 30-day free trial. So nothing really to lose. But give it a try. And I don't think you'll ask yourself what you did when you didn't have it. That's all I'm going to say.
Absolutely. And I can tell you from experience, once again, it's easy to use. And if you do run into headaches of your password being compromised, it's hours and hours of your time and frustration trying to get all of that reversed on a credit card. So go with something like RoboForm, Password Manager, and you don't have to worry about any of that. So thanks for joining me today, Simon. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Scott. Have a good day.
You too. I hope you got a lot of value out of that interview and answered some questions for you on password managers. Once again, there's a link in the description below to grab that deal. Thanks for watching, and make it a great day.